Well, hey everybody. Welcome back. I missed you guys. I really did. I thought about you guys all week. I hope everybody had a happy, safe week. And welcome back for another episode of Kiki Loves Nigeria. So tonight we are going to finish up talking about Pvtv. Tell me if y'all can't hear me. Tell me if anything is wrong, okay, before we get started. Because this episode, hey, PBTV, hey, Steph, hey, Life Without Limits. So, this episode, you guys, this is full of receipts. This is full of facts. All right. So, Sammy's wife contacted me. And like I told you guys last week when we were talking about the tours, remember when we were talking about the tours last week and we were going through the receipts and I said, no, it's not fair for me to just rush through these receipts. So when you see tonight's show, I couldn't even talk about Daniel because there's so many receipts. So like I said, I don't like to rush people's story. I like to give everybody's story the right and fair amount of time because it's their story. You know, you don't want to rush people's story. So we're going to just talk about PBTV. We're going to put everything on the table. Everything I got, I'm going to show it to y'all tonight. And everything he sent me, PVTV sent me, I'm going to show you guys all of that. All right. Everything she sent me, his wife. And his wife happens to be a YouTube content creator. And guess what else? Y'all know where I remembered her from? She did a James. Y'all remember UN? He did a video on her. I think she was involved with some land scamming with Blacksit. So, with alleged land scamming with Miss Blacksit. So, we're going to get to all of that, okay? So, let me take these comments. Then we're going to get started kind of right away because we got a lot. We got a lot to go through. Oh, let me push these glasses back so I can see. Okay. Hey, Life Without Limits. Hey, PBTV. How y'all doing tonight? Hi, Miss Susan. Thank you for being a member, Miss Susan. She says, smiling, I was sitting on my patio and heard you talking. Oh, that's so sweet, Miss Susan. Oh, that make me feel good. Greetings, Kiki and everyone. Oh, see, that makes it all worth it. All of this is all worth it. Comments like those, oh my goodness. When I'm tired and I'm like, oh my God, I got to do YouTube. And then my son is like, well, why don't you just take it off? And I'm like, no, I have friends on YouTube. We look forward to spending time together. This is our time together. So YouTube isn't like work. It's like spending time with my friends. Good evening, Steph said, with Life Without Limits, PVTV, and Susan and Kiki. So London Lady is saying hi to everybody. So let me get this script up here because y'all, I got to stay on the script tonight because this show is big. It's got a lot in it. So remember on our first episode, wait a minute. Remember on our first episode when we talked about PVTV, right? And we were talking about, we had received these allegations. Oh, hold on. So I need to put up fair use because that way we can just keep going. We don't have to stop. We got to keep rolling. All right. So hold on. Oh, y'all, guess what somebody asked me to talk about? They asked me to talk about what's their names? What's some people's name? The builders now. Hey, what's their name? Jody and AP. And you know I said, of course, my pleasure. So look, let's do fair use real quick so we can get this party started. Kiki Loves Nigeria. The content on Kiki Loves Nigeria may contain copyrighted content not authorized for use by the owner. However, no copyright infringement is intended. Copyrighted material used on this channel falls under Fair Use, Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, which states copyrighted material can be used for education, research, teaching, and commentary purposes, which is the explicit goal of this channel. The views expressed on this channel. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on Kiki Loves Nigeria belong solely to the author, not necessarily to the community, host, or this channel. All right, so we got that out the way. Let me close out. I think that's the last. Yeah, I don't need the email no more. All right, let me close the email. Let me get back over here because we got a lot. So, all right, now where are we? I did that. So, again, welcome everybody to another live stream of Kiki Loves Nigeria. Again, for people who don't know me, I've been to West Africa 13 times, 12 or 13 times. And I have degrees in history where I've studied history. My focus was West Africa, and my concentration was the transatlantic slave trade. So I'm well versed in history of Africa, West Africa, and I'm also well traveled in West Africa. So I'm not somebody who just sits on YouTube and just talks. No. Our channel covers everything that has to do with you visiting, repatriating, or expatting. We cover scams, we cover repat, expat issues, we even cover West African spirituality, and we cover land scams. I read the disclaimers. All right, now remember, we had those 3 previous episodes where we were introduced to Pvtv. Then we talked about the allegations about the tours. We talked about the tours where the allegations where they were overpriced. And Pvtv, he didn't feel like they were overpriced for what they were getting. We saw some tours that were, they were more, but they stayed, they stayed in different places. So it really just depends on what you wanted. Some people felt like it was overpriced because of the hotel, the resort, and different factors and different things like that. So we kind of went back and forth about the prices. We also moved into the construction part. We talked about how Pvtv would help build, they call them tiny homes. When they lived in the United States, which I thought it was really, really neat. I really did. That they lived on their family land. And they built a shed. We call it a shed. I don't know, they call it a tiny home, but where I come from, we call it a shed. So they built a tiny home and they lived in this tiny home on their own family land, which I thought was really cool. So they saved their money, which was a smart move to go live on the family land. We live in rent free. We live in utility free. We can stack our money. We can get ready and go. All right. So that was the plan. Pvtv, if I'm wrong, correct me. Okay. So they stacked their money. They moved to Gambia. Okay. Of course, when you get to Gambia, you got to start businesses. So they started several businesses. They even have a website. They have a transportation company. They have a construction company. They have a tour company. Those are the ones that we've talked about so far. And they have a consulting company. Excuse me. They have a consulting firm also. So we talked about all that. We talked about some of the, some things that we thought as a community, because remember, they're marketing this to this community. And we talked about, as a community, some issues that we had with the tours, some issues we had with the construction projects, and we also had received some emails from someone who actually had done business with Pvtv for their construction project. Okay, his name was Sammy. All right, Mr. Sammy. He contacted us and wanted to talk about a complaint that he had about Pvtv. And this is how it all started, with that complaint. Okay. Shortly after that, I received another email about Pvtv, and this one was about their tours. And these emails and comments that were being made underneath my videos, that let me know that this was something that you guys wanted to talk about. And so that's what we had got on, and that's what we've been talking about for the past 3 weeks. This will be our last show. This is the one where we're presenting all the receipts. All right, so let me show you. Oh, let me go to y'all comments before I show y'all. We're going to start with the receipts. All right. So Susan is saying hi. Wow, look what Edra said, y'all. The Smiths, better known as AP and Jody, are out of money already with no roof. See, this is the stuff that gets on my nerves. Because see, they encourage other people to do that, like that woman Michelle. Tell you to come and build, and you ain't got no money. And not only is Africa terribly expensive, but how are you going to live and build and you don't have any money? That's just crazy to me. That thinking, I don't understand. You can tell that person has very little to no experience with Africa, because somebody with experience with Africa would not do that. Somebody who goes there regularly, somebody who understands the culture, somebody who understands the social norms, they wouldn't do that. So, like if you guys saw my community post, there was a comment where somebody wants us to talk about them. So, I'm more than happy to oblige. So we're going to answer those questions. We are going to, and we're going to look into that. Is this a ploy just to get people to give them money because they got this little baby now, and we don't want the baby to be homeless and we need money? Is this just another trick to get money? We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Pvtv says, it's true, YouTube is a great place for community. It is. It really is. And I'll be so tired from work, and I'm studying to get another license. So I got to study. It's a lot I have to study. But, then I think about YouTube, and I'm like, but when I get on there, man, it's fun. It's like stress-free. It's like we get to talk. We get to exchange ideas. And I love that. I love that we have a forum where we can come together and do that. So everybody is just saying hi. London Lady. What is London Lady saying? Let me enlarge this one now. It says, Gordon Bennett, I was told when I heard AP asking for donations for his, so he is asking for donations. I kind of stopped watching at that point. So he is. See, it's just so unfortunate. But when you go without a plan, that's what's going to happen. When you don't plan, you plan to fail. That's pretty much it. So no plan. If you don't plan, you planning to fail. Okay. No doors, no windows, no interior. Yet begging for. Look at that, y'all. Oh, y'all know we got to get on that. Oh, y'all know we got to get on that. Oh my goodness. Baby bags. Yeah, that's where they got it from, honey. That's where they see where they can hustle the people and came up. Yes, PVT. Thank you. You see that? Where they hustled all the people and came up? Ezra, I thought they had a 30,000 already for the building. Wasn't that for their first title? They got 30,000 from begging. I bet they did. Because people feel sorry for them. I saw the latest. They were even accused of stealing water. Honey. Did you say stealing water? Yeah, no. Whoa, wait. I got to drink some water on that note. All this coffee make me think I done had some dairy products that I don't know about. I bet you I have. Because they put dairy in everything, like sugar. Hey, Steph. Steph says, Welcome to another Kiki Loves Nigeria Live. We are glad you are here. Please give the video a like and consider subscribing to our channel. That was a few weeks ago. The Watergate. Oh no. Yeah, y'all gotta direct me to the videos. Edra, send me the videos to watch. Okay. Everybody, send me the videos to watch. And if y'all can timestamp them, that'll be even better. TNK says, I watched a few Smith's video, asked a question, and he was rude. Well, apparently he's just counting on his regular base view. Oh, he is. He is. He know we ain't coming. He know we ain't coming to give him nothing. So he don't even waste his time talking to us. They relocate to Africa without prior planning and expect their viewers to finance their life. They're like, what? Yes. A lot of them do that. They follow back. Black Acres tell you to do that. Get a YouTube channel. Hey, Liz, live off your subscribers. That's the plan. Y'all didn't know? Now they done started a repat association, not community association in the Gambia, and they want us to join. You want us to join. Why y'all want us to join? Because you want our money. You want our dollars. Do that with y'all. Y'all need to do that amongst yourselves. Y'all don't need us to join. Unless that person is moving there. Y'all don't. And guess what you get for joining? You get tips on hot spots where crime is occurring. The stuff you should get for free. Can you believe that? We're going to talk about that too. Yep, landed with a 500 USD and tried this nonsense. Yes, you remember that? James said it. And remember UN said they stole the money from his father, allegedly. Remember that? We're going to go back to all of that. Pvtv, Gambia, quick question. Have you complied with all registered requirements to operate your business? I think they have. Answer that for us, Adam. Yeah, I thought so. Absolutely. Also, we make sure our contractors have information as well. Even our drivers, yeah. We work with the police. Yeah, they talk about that on their channel. You know, that they did all of that. So they did do all of that. So the thing really with Pvtv that I'm finding is the prices, you know, and the wording, like the fees, like those service fees. Those are things that can cause you trouble because they're too vague. And vagueness, you know, that leads to people think you're being scammers when you're not clear. Wherever you go, you must learn the legal system. He's right. You do. You have to, because it's different. Even in state to state is different. All right. Hey, African goddess. All right. Now, look, y'all. Now, the first piece of evidence that we have tonight. We got some good one tonight. So let's look at, I got to put my glasses on. I can't see these little tabs. First thing we're going to look at is Samuel's complaint. Okay, let me see if I can go to the first one. And this one was when he wrote me the first time, and I told you guys about it. And it took me forever because remember, I was getting back from Gambia and I was going back to school. I had to do all this training. And, I was just behind on everything. So now I finally got to it. And I realized this was something extremely important and we needed to get on it right away. So let's see, which one was it? No, it's not that one. Hold on, yeah, I'm trying to see which one it was. So many of them. I think it was. Hold on, y'all. Okay, here it is. Y'all know I can barely see this little writing. This stuff needs to be big for me to see it. I can't see these little bitty words. All right, hold on. All right. So look, I made it into a document. All right. So I can see it and y'all can see it. All right. And I got it highlighted. The bold print is the important stuff. Y'all ready? All right. It says, hello, this is what jumped it off. This is from Samuel. Hello, Kiki. I wanted to expose some fake people in the Gambia who are from America. I recently contacted them in hopes of building in Gambia. They seem honest while viewing their channel, which is Pvtv Gambia, on YouTube. They never finished the house they were featuring on their channel and never gave a clear reason why. I figured they were a young couple, so why not give them a shot? Well, Pvtv explained to us that they don't do the finishing, okay? They just do the shell. They just do the shell of the construction, and then that's it. The finishing part is on you. So I don't know if that's what he's talking about or if he's talking about something else. So when I traveled there, met with them, and planned on doing business with them, as time went along, I noticed how prices were changed several times and contract terms also changed. Talking with other contractors, I noticed that certain things, such as building permits from government, were different according to Pvtv Gambia as opposed to other contractors say they charge. Okay, so that's the issue here. Okay, it's what they're charging compared to what the other contractors are charging. Also, Pvtv Gambia hides total price of their services because they always change. I always ask for total price, which is why I always ask for an invoice. They claim all prices were on their website, which only appeared when I complained of it not being on the invoice I asked for. So why would they send me an invoice when they say their services are extra? Why not add that to your invoice when sending it to a customer? I'll tell you why. Because they want to make up prices depending on how they're feeling on a particular time, at a particular time. So this is another allegation that they're just making up these prices, okay? Anyway, they tried threatening me with blackmail by saying they will tell my wife I was running around Gambia shopping for young women because I warned them I would expose what they tried to do. Now, the so-called young woman I was shopping for in the Gambia was a friend of me and my wife, who met with them when I planned on building. That young woman would help coordinate the building process whenever I traveled back to America. What happened in the meeting? So this is what happened in the meeting. The young woman, so this is the analytical part of it, okay? So listen. Of course, AI did all this for me, which is great. What happened at the meeting? The young woman came to the meeting with packages for customers because she does retail sales online and had the orders for her to do, and she had the orders for delivery after the meeting. They jumped to conclusions thinking I must be taking her shopping, even though this young lady has met with my wife, talked to her husband as well as myself. So she's married and he's married. I have Gambian family, and these people can't imagine that. When they sit and treat me, and is this threatening me? And they threaten to what? When they sent that threat to me, I sent it immediately to my wife. They really thought that would stop me from exposing their dishonest business practices. Also heard I also heard there's another woman that is upset with them, but they don't know about that little secret. So please find out what house on your channel, why that house on their channel isn't completed. I asked to see it while I was there, but they claimed it was too far in the village where there was no road. Just let people be aware that diasporans are out to get victims, like diasporans are out to get victims as well. It's sad. I do have to stay anonymous, but but they sure will dox me when they see this. I gave them 24 hours to send my money back, but they overcharged for the building permit. I have receipts for everything. I laid out in this email. I am sick of people trying to take advantage of people who just want to move and find peace. All right, so that's the first one. That's what got everything started. All right, and then Pvtv responded. Let me close this so I can have one less thing to look at. Because if y'all seen all the stuff I was looking at, you'd be like, oh my God. So this is their response to Samuel's allegations. Hold on, I'm going to show it to y'all. This is what they sent. This is before we came on YouTube. Okay, so before we came on YouTube, we was kind of going, doing the back and forth stuff. They were sending me evidence and, sending me their side of the story. So this is what they sent me. So let me show y'all this. Now, this was... Is this it? Or is this it? Okay, so it's that one. All right, hold on, y'all. This is it. All right, so this is what... Now, this is some more of Samuel's claims. I might as well read it because that was his first original claim, okay, that the permits were overcharged, okay, and that they were charging more than other people, and that they threatened to and when they found out and said they want their money back, they threatened to blackmail him and, and tell his wife he was running around with young girls and, buying them things. So this is another thing he sent me when we did our first show. He responded with this email. He said, Pvtv owes me for a permit I paid for that never was delivered because we were holding it until I signed that bogus contract. Since I didn't sign it, they never delivered the permit. Now, Adam, is that true? I am sending the borehole receipt. More to come. So, important. This is what he said. He said he wants me to pay attention to the dates whenever I send a receipt. The dates will reveal motivations and other inconsistencies. But why don't you just tell me that instead of making this like a mystery game? Why don't you tell me what you think the motivations are? And why don't you tell me what you think the inconsistencies are? Because I don't have time to pick it apart like that, okay? Because what I think the motivations are may not be what you think the motivations are. So that was the second email that I got from him. All right. And then he's speaking of an invoice that he wanted you guys to see. So do I have the invoice on here? Yeah, I'll probably not close the email. But he sent me an invoice. It was a bill. All right. It was an invoice from... Hold on. Let me pull it up here so y'all can see it. It was an invoice. And I'm going to pull it up here so y'all can see, because this was his receipt. So let me pull up his receipt in all fairness so y'all can see his receipt. All right. All right. So let me show it. Hold on. This was the invoice, he said, and this shows that he paid for everything. Okay. So he said, this is the invoice. It's dated 5/29. It's due 5/30. Okay. It's for one. This is for the borehole. And it says paid, though. So I'm confused. Okay, Adam, explain that to me. Why does it say that they paid you $117,000? It says that they paid for this. Issued to Sam. And this is legit. Look, Echo Bank. Remember, O'Shea says that. Make sure you're paying to a bank. They were paying to a bank. So this says paid. Okay, so maybe you can answer that for us. So this is Sam's receipt that this invoice was paid by him to pay to Echo Bank to Adam, and it was paid, I guess, on 5/29 or 5/30. All right. So let me see. He was on the ground during all the initial business dealings. He was on the ground during all the initial business dealings. We don't take money unless you are here. So when he got there, did y'all take the money? So what is this receipt? I mean, this invoice he's sending us that says that it's paid. So when he got there, did you guys take the money from him then? This invoice only was the equipment, not our services, which we don't request until we prove our work is complete and you are happy. Okay, so he paid for the equipment and stuff. So he's still owed for the services. Is that what you're saying? The fees and services? So tell us how much he's still owed for that. All right, let me go back up here and get some of these comments. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me see this one. This one says, I call BS what blackmail. Really, this is not dynasty, or as the world terms. What is you calling blackmail? Oh, because he said he want the money back. Is that what you're talking about? Hold on, y'all. My shirt is crooked. I don't like that. Okay. All right. Okay. No, no, that did that. That was the computer program, because I was telling it what to do and I didn't tell it who it was from. So that was my fault. It didn't know who sent it. Pvtv team member says they must be running a scam trying to clear their name. Trying to clear their name from what? What did they do where they're trying to clear their name? That doesn't make sense. First off, folks, shouldn't he be sending anyone money? We shouldn't be sending. First off, folks shouldn't be sending anyone money unless they're on the ground observing and understanding the process. And secondly, since their businesses are registered, complaints should be filed with, tell us, Liz, with who? Okay. She said the complaint should be filed with the relevant authorities. You have recourse. Right. You do. You really do. Liz, okay, TV says, he was on the ground during all initial business dealings. We don't take money unless you are here. Okay. Let's see, then he says, are you working with him to resolve the issue? What are the next steps? Yeah. Are y'all trying to resolve it? What, you don't take money by internet, only in person, straight scammer protocol. Nobody said they didn't say that part was scamming, team member. I clearly just pointed out what the issues were. The issues were they were overcharging, okay? They were overcharging. The fraud came in with the overcharge, okay? Not in the way they're doing the business, but the service fees, okay? That's the issue here. Not this, it's not the same issues as the other people. The only that invoice only, okay, I said that part. He said the invoice was only for equipment. Okay. Edra says, this is a mess. The bill should be the total cost. Now that was their argument, Edra and everybody. That is Sammy and his wife's argument. The invoice should be the total cost. You should not be waiting to later on to tell me when I'm think I paid for everything that, oh, you got to pay for something else. That's what they said. That is the issue with them. That right there, what you just said, Edra. He knew we charged for our services. We spoke about that in detail, as well as him looking through our services on our website. So he knew about that. So did he sign something, said he knew about that and he agreed with that? Still need to estimate and contract for everything. You can't put a clause for a percentage increase or prices go up. You can't just surprise people with whatever. No, because they may not have the money. You know, they budget for one thing, and that's the thing about Africa. The prices change just like that. There's not regulatory, you know, like even here the prices change. No surprise, he just expected not to pay. Oh, it seems to my wife, he thought the work we did was freeable. Why, or was a freebie? Why you say that? When we sent our invoice, then he blew up. He didn't say we didn't do the work. Okay. So what did he say? What did he blow? What was he saying? Just that he wouldn't pay. But why was he saying he wouldn't pay? What was his issue? You can't tell me that I think my services. I mean, you can't tell me I think my what. You can't tell me what I think my services are worth. If you pay, it's fine. If you don't, it's not fraud. It's $9 eggs. It's not. Yeah, that's fraud. Yeah, yeah, that's horrible. That's highway robbery. But nobody's telling them what to charge. Again, team member, we said we went over this last week. We're telling him what we're willing to pay. That's what the difference is. You keep saying we're trying to control his business and we're trying to tell him what to charge. No, we're not trying to tell him what to charge. We are telling him what we are willing to pay and for what services. That's what we're doing. All right, we're going to look at exactly. You're supposed to be running a business. Are there contracts? Yes, we're going to look at the contract. Yes, he sent me the contract. We're going to actually look at the contract. Let's see what's next. All right, so we looked at their response. We looked at the document Sammy sent us. Now we're going to look at the contracts. Just what you said. So let's look at these contracts. For some reason, Sammy didn't have these documents. He couldn't send them to me. Is there a reason why Sammy didn't have them? Pvtv. I mean, I didn't understand why he couldn't send me his contracts. All right, now this document, I had AI break this document down and analyze this document. I wanted it to look for anything that was red flags of fraud, any red flags of, any red flags that this was not going to be a good deal. All right, that this was not, I'm not going to say fraudulent, but this was not going to be a good deal. All right. I can't even remember how I asked the question, y'all. So it says this analysis. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's why I love AI. Thank you. AI is my best friend. This analysis highlights potential red flags, overcharges, and inconsistencies in the two contract types offered. So AI broke it down and said there were two contract types offered. All right. One is called a full build contract. The other one is called a compartmentalized contract. All right. AI color coded them and everything. Wants you to know color code. Color coded full build green. So the key features with full build was that, let me make sure y'all can see this, because I want y'all to see this document. All right, so let's get back to it. So the key features with the full build was that the entire project was bundled into one contract. Okay. AI felt like this was a lower management fee. They said this was 13% of the estimated costs, and it was integrated in the planning, which made it a smoother workflow and it was more cost effective. All right. But it said it did have some potential red flags. Prices are estimates, and you see it put that in bold. Estimates, it said, leaves room for significant increase. Bundled services claim savings may be overstated. Extra charges possible if contractor inflates individual components. And some of these were the complaints that the Sammy had. All right, so AI said that the prices were estimates and this was problematic. This was a potential red flag because the prices could increase significantly, without the buyer, knowing. Bundle services, they said when you claim bundle services, the savings in the bundle services could be overstated. And they said extra charges possible if the contractor inflates in his individual component. So if the contractor goes up on his price, then your price is going to go up. And that's what happened. Compartmentalized contract. The compartmentalized contract, AI made that orange. The key features, it said, was the project is split into phases, each with a separate service fee. Higher management fees, $2,000 plus per phase. Flexibility and lower immediate commitment was the benefit, was the key features, okay? So one of the key features is the higher management fees. It says for each service, AI said, you're going to pay $2,000 plus for each service. So potential red flags. Repeated planning and mobilization costs could be inflated. All right. You're going to lose the loss of bulk discounts. They may exaggerate extra cost, like he was saying for the permits. Higher management overhead, multiple charges possible, timeline gaps, delays could justify the extra charges. All right. So he put it on, AI put it on, I call him a he. AI put it on a chart for us to see. All right. So this is the feature. This is the full build, compartmentalized build, and these are the red flags. So client commitment. So in the beginning, the client commitment in the full build is full project. The compartmentalized is one phase at a time. The red flags here with this component is that AI is saying that the phased approach could be more expensive. Project fees. This feature is a project fee. With the full build, you're going to get 30% off your estimated costs for the project fee. But compartmentalized, you're going to spend $2,000 plus flat per phase. $2,000 plus flat per phase. The red flags here were the flat fees were vague, possible inflation. So if they're not clear, like I'm saying, like we were saying, if it's not written down, if it is not clear, the person could possibly inflate the prices or change the prices. And again, that was Sammy's complaint. Flexibility. With the full bill, there was low flexibility. With the with the compartmentalized bill, there was high flexibility. AI found no problems with the flexibility part of the contract. The project timeline. With the full bill, the timeline was streamlined. With the compartmentalized bill, the timeline was slower. The red flags there were delays may justify extra costs. So AI was concerned there that these delays, you'll be charged for these delays, and they're going to say because of delays, that's going to justify your extra cost. The total cost. Typically lower for the full bill. For the compartmentalized, it's typically higher. All right. Typically vague. Their red flags was typically vague, may be manipulated. So typically, when you say typically, so I guess some of the prices would say it's typically around $100. If I say it's typically around $100, that means it can be more than $100. It can be less than $100. Typically doesn't lock me into that $100 price. It's like AI says, it's vague and it may be manipulated. Control over spending. Full build had less phase by phase control. Compartmentalized build had more phase by phase control. Any red flags there? AI said no. Administrative load. The administrative load for full build was lower. Administrative load for compartmentalized was higher. AI felt like for this service, there was a possibility that you may end up paying extra charges. Okay, let's see. We talked about warning signs. So they said the warning signs, vague fees and estimates, 2,000 plus management fees per phase without itemization. Itemization is where you have to go through and you break down the cost for every little bitty thing. Every little bitty thing, you break down that cost. Repeated emphasis on potential extra costs, pressure to choose full build as a cheaper option, phased building could exceed full build cost if not carefully monitored. These were the red flags and the warning signs that AI found with this contract. So AI recommends that you request a full itemized breakdown for each option. You compare the material and labor cost and the market rates, and that's what they did. Ensure all phase fees and potential extras are documented in writing. That's what we said. Be cautious of pressure tactics to choose a full bill. We have talked about this 1,001 times. Never let pressure make you make a decision on anything. That's called the fear of missing out. All right, let's check out these comments and see what y'all saying about this. Don't invoices come first, which would allow a person to? Yes, I would think. It's like when you say what you want and then they charge it up and then they send you the invoice and you say, okay, this is what I want. Yes, Kiki, it's getting there. Okay. Tina K says, smoke and mirrors. You can't blame the customer for misunderstanding without a contract. So both sides understand. You can't invoice later. No, and see, those were the red flags that AI was saying. You have to, and TNK, that not TNK, but Pvtv, maybe that's what you should do to find out the flaws in your business. Like, if you have a business plan, put it inside, ask AI about it to pick out the flaws, pick out the red flags, pick out warning signs if, there could be problems. So you can get on that. Don't do business with him. Walk in McDonald's and tell him what you will pay. Okay, but you're missing the point. We're not talking about that. That is not even the point. Again, there are multiple contractors. Only I set, and he refused to. Only I sent women. Again, there were multiple contractors. Only I sent, and he refused to. Okay, I'm confused about that. All right, so let me get these comments. Then we go to the next document. I'm trying to see how long. Oh, 51 minutes. We're doing good. Team member, it sounds like the menu is a suggestion, and then the food you get as a surprise for a bill. Wow, that shouldn't be like that. If this is how you're doing business, they're gonna write me a lot about this company. When I had some work done in my van's interior, the person came over, sized up, and gave me a quote. It didn't cost any more than a quote. I paid on completion of the work. Simple business. That's exactly what you did. That's exactly what you do. I built a house, price included in everything. Yes. I give estimates every day on customers' patio cushions, umbrella covers. Oh, you do all that? Oh, that's nice. You need an estimate, and if anything changes before work is done, you confirm before moving forward. It's business. Yeah, you do. You let them know this is going to cost you a little bit more. It's fundamental to flow. There is no room. What? Hold on now. Let me make this big. T and K is fundamental. It's a fundamental flaw. There is no room for emotion. Exactly. That's why you shouldn't be pressured into making a sale. That's why you shouldn't have any pressure on you. You should, if you feel pressured, you should say, no, I'm not doing that. My mate builds eco houses, then sells them completed. Eco house. Oh, that's nice. T and K, exactly. Common sense. Okay. Edra. Prices on long-term projects go up. Most people don't understand how business is done. That's why and that's exactly what AI said. The price with long-term is going up, and that you shouldn't do the long-term. That's too expensive, and you shouldn't do that one. That's great, London lady. Team member, it's business. Sounds like they don't know what the WTH they are doing. A website means zero. Prices are subject to change without notice. No. Well, they can change, but they shouldn't change in your contract or what you expect. You know what I mean? What you told them without notice. You can't charge them like that. That's construction. You sign the price is signed. It's a signed agreement. Exactly. It's a signed agreement. It's a contract. Okay, team members, if you are in business, you know what to expect. Okay, y'all. All right. This is what separates adults from children. All right. So y'all talking to team member. On your first few projects, you don't. Hold on, let me make this big. On your first few projects, you might lose. You learn fast, but you don't punish your reputation. Otherwise, just fold. Too many pretenders. All right, y'all. So let me go down and come back up. I'm so far behind. All right. Hey, Janelle. Janelle says, hi, Kiki. The problem with those so-called contractors in the Gambia is most of them are not real contractors with no real experience in contractor work, just because you can dig a foundation and lay blocks. Yes, that is a problem. That is a big problem. She's absolutely right. The only the only communication though his wife they only communicate through his wife's videos now or in Kiki's comments. Wow, really? They communicate through the videos and through the comments on YouTube in my videos. Oh yeah, y'all, I forgot. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button, y'all. Thank you so much. That's Samuel. That's what Samuel wanted. Long-term bill. Yes, he wanted the long-term bill. And the long-term bill is more expensive. Well, you heard what they said about it. Pvtv, are you working with your client to resolve? Okay, or did they stop communicating? And he said they stopped communicating. They just communicate through videos or through my comments. What does a person's sex have to do with knowledge? Oh, y'all must be talking to team member. All right, now the next one we're going to look at. Let's go down here. Okay, let's look at this next one. So we looked at the top contract. We looked at the red flags, okay? Now, let me show you the building part. He sent him also, I guess this was like what to expect, like when you build. Hold on, let me put it up here so y'all can see that too. So this is what else he sent Samuel. This is the building options, okay? So this is what AI was telling you about. So now you can see the prices. So the full build is $18,000. All right, and this includes materials, labor, services for the complete structure. The breakdown, the cost, the foundation is $6,000, the walls are $3,000, the roof is $2,500, and the buffer is $1,000. Service and labor fees are $5,000. Total cost $18,000. $18,000. All in one package there's a $15,000 savings versus the staged bill. Okay. Now remember, that was the compartmentalized. This is smoother workflow, and there's no extra service fees for this one. Remember, that's what AI just told us. Then there's option 2. This build is $1,950, which it doesn't seem like it's that much more. $1,950, $1,500 more. And this one is step by step. You go step by step when you get your money. Project separated into stages and with its own service fee. All right. So here's the breakdown of the stage cost and service fees. Foundation $6,000, $2,500 for the walls, $3,000 for the roof. Oh, is that the service fee? Okay, I'm sorry. That's the service fee. Oh, so it's the cost and the service fee. I'm sorry. Okay, this is how they broke it down. So the foundation is $6,000. Then you pay a service fee of $2,500. The walls are $3,000. Then you pay a service fee of $2,500. The roof is $2,500. You pay a service fee of $2,000. That adds up to $19,500. So it's flexibility in, the payments. And the higher overall is just $1,500, but there's multiple service fees that may add up disproportionately. So it did another breakdown comparison for us. We talked about all of that. All right, now let's look at y'all comments. Let me go over here and look at y'all comments, see what y'all saying. All right. Cotton Top, yep. Then everyone is crying about the foreigner. Many people quote, let me make these big because I'm about to start messing them up. Many people quote the lentil level roofs. Oh, are getting expensive. So that's what they quote. They don't quote like just the beginning level. Pvtv says, it doesn't affect us. In this case study on certain individuals we will encounter on this journey, our channel's growing faster, actually, and it's crazy. That's good because we've been talking about y'all. That's what happens when we talk about people. They go over and they go check you out, and that's good. Cotton Top says, East Indians and Lebanese will start construction companies that build houses at a set price and take all businesses from these want to be contractors. So she said they set a set price. And once they have the set price, they just take all the business away because you don't have to worry about, the contractors don't have to worry about prices changing on them. I mean, the customers. All talk and no action. So far, from what I see, what are they doing about it? Reading is fundamental. What are you saying? Reading is fundamental. Are you talking about me? Honey, I can't see these little letters. I sure can't. Looking at that, I would add 10% every 6 months with the non-compliance off top. Okay. Pvtv says, and that's not an estimate. That's the final cost. So it's never going to fluctuate. All right. So it really was just a $1,500. But the problem, Pvtv, are all those fees. So at the end, they're going to owe you how much for fees? Like, how many thousands are they going to owe in fees? So they said, have you reached out for a resolution, Pvtv? So you talking to them about that. All right. So let's go and look at, this. Okay. So let me go back down. Now I'm going to go to the next. That was the final cost, fees included. Fees included. Okay. 6, 8. So that $1,500 was the fees. The extra that they paid, the 15 was the fees. But that wasn't too bad for the pay as you go. Like everything, if you pay as you go, you pay more. So that really, to me, was not that bad. 1,500 was not that bad. All right, but again, they're saying it is, and same thing, AI is saying that that's where you're going to have problems, is with those service fees. We will analyze the receipts I sent to Kiki, a laundry list of evidence. He sure did. All right, now we looked at that. Let's stop looking at that. Now, what's the next thing we're going to look at? That's why we've had 4 shows. Then I receive, let me make sure I go through all these. Did we look at the permit? No, that's from the wife. All right, we looked at the red flags and the warning signs. Let me close that one. We looked at, did we look at this one? Yeah, we looked at that one. All right, this is our last one. What is this one? This one is from whom we provided services, including the borehole installation. Okay, this is PVT's response, but let's look at, I'm trying to see if we read this one. Let's look at this one real quick. This is when PVT responded to them, to Samuel. This is when they wrote me, when I wrote them. I don't think I read y'all this email because I had to go and find it because it was so many emails. So let's look at this email real quick. Now this email is when he responds, and it doesn't say to whom it may concern. It said to Kiki, but again, this was how I was asking the questions. Thank you for contacting us. We were recently threatened by a man named Samuel, from whom we provided services, including borehole installation, architectural designs, and occupation paperwork. Now remember, we showed you all of that. We showed you the borehole installation. We showed you I don't know if we showed you the installation, but we showed you the architectural design. Upon sending him an invoice, Samuel threatened to destroy our family. We were prepared to provide the messages exchanged as evidence. And they did that, and we went through that. Our statement: transparency and integrity. My wife and I have nothing to hide. We are young, professional, and unfortunately, some individuals try to take advantage of this. Allegations against Samuel. Okay. Samuel allegedly took young women shopping using funds from the United States while being married. He spent 3 days on his land. We spent 3 days on his land installing the borehole without payment. He did not pay for architectural designs or land paperwork services, all of which are clearly listed on our website, which he claimed to have seen. So the conclusion: we maintain our professionalism and transparency. We want to ensure that the truth is presented clearly. All right, so that was their response to these allegations when I contacted them. I didn't get a chance to read y'all that one. So let me get some more of these messages. I can buy a receipt from anywhere. Contract matters. Yeah, it does. She right. It does. Okay. Samuel sent you money and he's not happy. It seems you're not trying to fix it. Trying to fix that. Have too many of these and you'll have nothing to discuss. And she's right. She's absolutely right. You can't do that. You can't do that. You have to try to do everything you can to have a satisfied customers. And the customers, I know some of them are too much, but I think Samuel has a fair argument. Even AI is agreeing with Samuel. Then why are they spouting nonsense? All right. Samuel sent opinions. Okay. So we will analyze the risk. Okay. All right. So now this is what I want to show you next. Do we look at the permit? Okay. This is from, we did a show. We did like 2 shows, 3 shows. We had, well, 2 shows, and we hadn't heard anything from Sam. Oh, y'all, look who here, Mr. Sit Policeman. Hey, it's so good to see you. How you been? He says, receipts and facts. For the win, shorty. Yep, always for the win. Hey, it's so good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. So look, y'all, let me show y'all this. This, we had done 3 shows. We could never got in touch with Samuel, right? He wouldn't respond to anything. Then finally he started writing and sent the invoice. But guess who else wrote me? The wife wrote me. His wife wrote me. And this is what she had to say. All right, her name is Udi. I hope I'm saying it right. That's Samuel's wife. So she says that after we informed Adam Vegas that someone was coming to get our permit, we paid for. Wait a minute. After we informed, oh, that's his name. Oh, she was trying to be funny. Okay, after we informed Pvtv that someone was coming to get their permit, to get our permit, we paid for, as we couldn't carry on with their intentional extortion contract. They were holding back our permit to penalize us into signing the contract agreement. When they realized that we were not signing the contract, they refused to release our permit. Suddenly, introduction of fees that were never, there was a sudden introduction of fees, and I think she's trying to say that were never discussed. So she's saying there's overpayment and hidden fees. My husband overpaid for the permit, which is over the government standard fee. So she's saying Samuel paid over the standard government fee for the permit. Additional fees were introduced without prior discussion, even though Pvtv assured us that the permit would be ready soon. Paid in full the permit despite not knowing it. We paid in full for the permit despite not knowing that it was overpriced. My husband requested the total price, referred to the screenshot conversation, to confirm changes. So he requested that he wanted the total price of everything. So she feels like this is an issue of integrity. We strongly believe in sincerity, integrity, and maintaining high standards in everything we do. We do not support or engage in any form of dishonesty or shortcuts. We are committed to doing things the right way. So this is just telling me to show the screenshots. I showed y'all that where she showed the invoice. So let me show y'all. They're saying that they sent me screenshots where her husband asked for the total price, screenshots confirming the permit payments were overpayments, screenshots of the borehole agreement. So let me look at that. The website was not working, she says, on several occasions. Pvtv informed him, and he confirmed the issue. So they're basically saying we couldn't even really look on the website because there was an issue with the website. The website wasn't working a lot of the time. So let's look at now. That's what she says. All right, now let me show y'all something she said. I wanted to show y'all. Let me go back and see what it was. It was something. We looked at the borehole. We looked at all of that. It'll come back to me. All right, so that's what the wife said. That's what her issues were. That's when she wrote and said all this. All right. Now, at this time, I'm still not knowing that this woman is a YouTube person. I'm not knowing she has a YouTube channel. I'm not knowing she has she's been on James. She's been on what's his name? UN's channel. All right. I'm not knowing that. I'm not realizing this is her until I watch the video. So hold on. Let me get these comments. How did Samuel make his payment? Kiki will explain. Unfortunately, the customer has no other recourse than to go public. Shame on you. He didn't have to come. It didn't have to come to this. Oh, wow. That's how he felt, Pvtv. I'm telling you, that's how they both felt. They both felt like we don't have any other recourse but hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find this video from James from UN. Okay, it was about Blacksit. I remember her. I believe she said she got scammed by Blacksit, and yes, here we go. Here we go. All right, so let me put this up here for y'all. Let me send it to myself so I can remind y'all who this lady is before we look at her video. So he didn't tell me, my wife was a YouTube content creator. He didn't tell me, this is Samuel. He didn't tell me my wife has been on UN's channel filing a complaint against her, accusing her of allegations of fraud. All right, so let's check this out. First, let me go back and make sure I got everything. We read the permit. No, the what's up. That's what I needed. Hold on. I need to show y'all this. I need to show y'all the screenshots she sent me on WhatsApp where they were having a conversation on WhatsApp. All right, so let me pull this down. Hold on, let me go back. Well, you know what? I'm just going to read it from here because I can't go looking for it. I'll just read it from the community. So she's sending it to Pvtv. Hold on. This is the wife. She sent this to Pvtv. All right. And she's sending this to me as a receipt. And it says, "Hello, Adam. I would like to address," let me make sure y'all can see this. Yeah, you can. It says, "Hello, Adam. I would like to address the recent messages you've been sending my husband regarding an additional service charge. I saw my husband's email. Please be reminded that when my husband asked you for the total cost of the job, including everything, you provided him with the final amount. Based on what? Based on that, he transferred the full amount to your account. This was done in good faith with the understanding that the total you gave included service charges. Your invoice and service charges only came up on June 20th, 2025, 3 weeks after the job was completed and paid for, and after my husband had returned to the United States. At no point did you mention that additional fees would be added later. Nor was there an agreement for weekly or ongoing charges. You also confirmed via voice message that the building permit was ready, and when my husband asked for the total price, you gave him, which we paid immediately. So respectfully, There is an outstanding balance. Okay. I don't understand that part. So she's basically saying, how is there an outstanding balance? At no point did you mention any additional fees we would add later, nor was there an agreement for weekly or ongoing charges. We also confirmed via voice message that the building permit was ready, and when my husband asked for the total price, you gave him, which he paid immediately. There is no, okay, here it is. She finished it here. There is no outstanding balance. The business was concluded. In response to your statement, do you think this is for free? Please understand, I'm sorry, that we never expected free service. This is exactly why my husband always asked for the total price up front to avoid any confusion or surprise charges later. And this is exactly what we were saying. This is exactly what we were saying, why the prices have to be up front. All right, so let me make sure we got all of that. So that was what she sent me with that. We looked at the community. That was the community post. We read Sam's wife's email. Now we're going to, after she wrote me, well, before she wrote me the email, she did a series of videos about Pvtv. So hold on, I'm going to show you those. But let me remind you all who this lady is, that we have seen her. The people who have been around for a while, we have seen this lady before. So let me show you who she is. And Pvtv, did you know that she was in, if this is her, I believe this is her, that she was involved with, oh, I didn't even mail it to myself. Here it is. Did you know she had accused Blacksit of scamming allegations? Hold on. Let me show you. Did you know that she had, okay. Did you know she had social media, and did you know she had accused someone else of fraudulent activity before? So let me share the screen. Y'all know I'm getting sleepy. I'm getting so sleepy. All right. And it's only 7:22. Oh no. All right. Let me remind you guys who she is.
Gentlemen, thank you for
Again, this is for use.
And welcome to another day in
for
paradise.
Educational purposes.
And welcome to another live edition of the Unapologetic Negropian. Like I said, I'm doing these lives because it's nice to interact and engage with you guys.
Yeah, it is. That's why I like doing lives.
Much easier than
so we can interact and engage with each other
every single day. So I'm able to get out some good quality content.
All right, so let's go.
Really nice. In today's video, as you probably have already guessed, reasons why you're probably here, is we are going to speak live to one of Blacksit's former clients. Should be still her client in reality, because she hasn't fulfilled all the things that she said she was supposed to do. Right? Or let's not even say she. Let's say the organization, right? Because I think it's better if I think it's a lot more professional if we blame the organization itself. If the organization is registered, if it's a registered company. I don't think it's a registered company or even a registered entity, which is really weird. Why wouldn't you?
So you're talking about Blacksit.
Why would you not register your company, if not in the Gambia, anywhere? I mean, like she said, she's not selling land, right? She sounds like she's a consultant of some kind. That can't be true because we've seen receipts from her.
Okay, let's get to
seen receipts. Thank you for coming in. So before we get into things, Blacksit put out what's given to them, right? Just double check. Hey.
I'm trying to get to the part where he goes and talks to her.
There is a way around that.
But I believe so. Let's go to this straight to this part. I was kind of letting him introduce her, but he taking too long. I love you, James. Miss you so much, you in, but you taking too long. Is this the same lady?
Sorry.
Oh, y'all don't know.
Are we delayed?
Y'all can't see her. Okay.
I'm going to add her to the stream.
I'm so sorry. Can you hear me?
We'll be able to hear her. Hello. Hello.
Hi, I can hear you now.
Oh, I can hear you loud and clear. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm good. You?
I'm good. I'm good.
Pvtv, is this the same lady?
And I'm glad that you are. You got a smile on your face.
Oh, sure, I should. Yeah.
And you are. You're going to work soon. I know that. So I'm not going to.
Yes.
We're not going to keep you for long. You're going to work. You got to respect. Got to respect the fact that you're going to work for that money.
Exactly. To tell her different thing, and she can't deal with that. She can't deal with someone who doesn't keep to her word. So she's done. So that was when my husband now said, okay, can we travel to the Gambia and the rest of it? So we got to the Gambia and I saw what I saw.
So is this her and Sammy? She said her husband and I traveled to the Gambia.
But the whole thing is, if I am a witness and she is lying about all those things, then what if my husband has gone there alone without no witness? Mm-hmm. What would have happened?
Exactly. And the thing is, you're not an impartial witness, right? You are your husband's partner. You know, you're his wife. So clearly, they're not going to see you as a strong witness. The best witness always is a good microphone or a good camera. Those are the best witnesses because they
exactly. And guess what? What I did was, when I saw what Blackseed did, trying to turn him around, tomorrow, come tomorrow. Oh, I'm sick. I don't worry, somebody will take you there. Do you know how long it took us to even had an appointment to go to our place, thinking that someone would take us to the site, to the land, but to no avail. So when I saw all this ups and downs, I said, I knew there was something coming. I knew something was actually coming. And then I did that video. I had a lot of evidences, not just that video. Because when the guy who does the sketch plan was explaining, I have different parts of the videos because I don't know why I did that, but I knew this was coming up because of the way she kept lying and turning him around. And it was almost time that we wanted to leave the Gambia and nothing was done. So I said, let me just have a video of these things going on.
Okay, so is she, because let me show y'all, this is the same person. Let me show y'all. So I want to just show y'all who we talking about. Like this is who we're talking about. So is this the land that she bought from Blackseed? Did she finally get that issue resolved? Is this husband that Blackseed was spinning around in circles? Is she talking about Sammy? So let me show y'all her. This is her. Let me just go to her channel real quick. This is the lady. So this is the same lady. This is Udi. I guess that's how you say it. This is her name right here. Udi Man. And this is her. So this is the same lady that James is talking about in this video. So let's go back. So now that we've established this is the same person, let's see what issue she had with Blackseed. So she went to James then because she had an issue with Blackson. But is this land you're talking about and you're building on? Is this land?
That was what happened.
Wow.
The recording, rather. Mhm.
This is, I mean, so why did your husband go with Blacksit? I mean, did he trust her? I'm guessing he must have trusted her to a certain degree. Even to have somebody in the Gambia to turn around to you and say, "Hey, I've got a friend in the Gambia. It's no problem. There's nothing she can do." It's not the ideal situation to be in, though, really, if you're planning to buy property of someone. So what made him, go with Blacksy? I mean, did he do anything? Did she do anything distinctive with him? Did she spend a long period of time on the phone with him, or did she say something to him to sell him that piece of land?
No, I think it's because he had someone he had someone he trusted in the Gambia, which is our representative. He has known the lady for years, and the lady's from there. So he told the lady that there's this British lady in Gambia like selling land. So I think I can go for it because I've seen a lot of people buy and the rest of it. But having you around in the Gambia, I think you can follow up for me. And she said, okay, no problem. I see people buy from her and the rest of it. So that was how he came.
So he had some friends in the Gambia. So then he went and done business with Blackset. So it sounds like they like doing stuff on the internet. They like doing online stuff. Because after this, in this episode with Blackset, I would have never done nothing else with nobody online.
I'm in touch with that. And then why he had a strong feeling like he wasn't really like, how do I put that first? He had so much belief that, because he has a friend that he knows very well. So it wasn't something fishy coming around. So he never thought it was going to be like this. Okay.
Okay, that's understandable. Sorry, I'm just checking the time. How much time do you have left?
Let me check. Okay. I have like let's say 20 minutes more.
Okay, let's get through this then. So
we're not listening to her for 20 minutes.
PayPal account. I hope she's still here. Acting her, she's made excuse after excuse after excuse.
So basically, this lady was scammed by Blackset, her and her husband. As you can see right here, it says Blackset is a liar. Udi Man tells her harrowing story. All right, so harrowing story. All right, so this is the same lady. This lady had some issues with Blackset.
The receipt. Yeah, I can hear you. The receipt. Thank you, African Caribbean Diaspora Talks. Yeah, I can hear you. What the receipt? Clearly, the receipt isn't enough, right? I'm sure PayPal wanted more than that from you guys, right?
Okay, let me see this. Okay, so that one looked like, yeah, she ain't saying nothing there. All right, so that was the one she was on. Thank you for
that, Jumbo Juliet will send all of the seat. I'm not going to know what happened, but thank
to our place, thinking that someone would take us to the site, to the land, but to no avail. So when I saw all this ups and down, I said I knew there was something coming. I knew something was actually coming. And then I did that video. I had a lot of evidences, not just that video. Because when the guy...
So we've established that that's her. All right, this is the same person. Now let me put on her video because she made a video about Pvtv. So let's get these comments. No hate here, just seeing a pattern. I don't really care. Edra says, I wouldn't let it come to that. I deal with high-end clients, and even though they are tough, you can always find a way. Yeah, you can. Weekly ongoing charges. TK is laughing. You are right. It's a learning experience. Yes, it all is. I'm curious, how much money are you really talking about? Are we really talking about? No, we didn't know she had a channel. Yeah, she had a YouTube channel. Hey, Fiona, I never heard of your customer. I just think you should find a resolution, take a loss, and learn. Yes. Blacksit was a whole hot mess. Oh, God. So I'm more inclined to believe the client. No, that's not her. His wife is Nigerian. But it's the same name. It's the same name. It is the same name. Let's look. It's exactly the same name. It's the same YouTube channel. So let's look. She probably just looked different to you. Hold on, let me put her. But she don't sound Nigerian. That ain't no Nigerian accent to me. Oh, maybe she wasn't born. Maybe she's Nigerian and she wasn't born in Nigeria. Maybe she didn't live in Nigeria. All right, let's look at this. So this is her. This is the same person's name who was on James' channel, UN's channel. Let's go look at and see what videos she's done. Is this her? Let's go oldest to newest. To the defenders of Blacksit, this is her, y'all. This is her. Blacksit tries to avoid Gambian police. Yes, this is her. This is her. Same. Yep, this is her.
My channel. Today's video, I just want to tell you all that the case we had concerning land purchase with Blacksit is being resolved. Yes, it's been resolved. So, like I told
It's her
you,
video. Yeah, I can't hear it.
we're gonna get back our money. So we traveled to the Gambia.
So this is her.
My
This the
husband
same
went to
lady.
Serious crime unit.
All right. We've established that this is the same lady who was complaining that Blacksit, I guess Blacksit has did a land scam. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. But this is the same lady. Let's see.
Happy Valentine's Day, my love. This is for you. And take the keys.
For me? Look, BMW.
What?
Oh my God. This is beautiful. Look at this. I love it. Look at this. Wow. Oh my God. This is
This is Samuel.
BMW. Come on now, honey, but I'm your wife already. Be my wife. Were you asking me to be your wife again? Oh no. This is beautiful. Wow.
Do you like it?
Come on, honey. I love it. I love this car.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Wow.
look at that. Thank you so much.
This
How
is
much
her.
is this car?
Don't worry about it.
I hope it's not too expensive.
Oh no. All right, this is her. This is the couple we are talking about. All right, now let's go back and see something else, so we can get an idea of the people we're dealing with. So now we know she's the Black Sit. This is the Black Sit couple. I bargained for a green card. Now I'm ready to leave. Let's see what this one.
So like the last time, I was supposed to be there. So I think a night before we were meant to travel, I just checked on my passport, excuse me, and I realized my passport has expired. So, there's no way I can visit another man's country with my expired passport. So I had to go to Nigeria to get my passport fixed, which I did. So, and then I came back. Also,
why did you have to go to Nigeria to get your passport fixed? You don't have to go to Nigeria to get your passport fixed. You can get your passport fixed here if it expires. Because this is the States. This is not Nigeria. So why did you have to go to Nigeria to get your passport fixed when you can do that here?
I'm actually I'm making this video just to, make somebody understand something. Because I saw on that comment that I used my husband for a green card. Oh, yes. If I don't use him for a green card, who else would I use? This green card will not just fall from the sky. You got to use someone to get it. Everybody does. Because if not for him, I won't be holding this green card. Yeah. So, honey, if you're watching or if you're listening somewhere,
wow,
I just want to say thank you for allowing me use you to get this green card. So, not just that. I needed a green card and you gave me a beautiful baby, number one. And then I needed just one thing. Oh, just this one green card. You gave me another baby, number two, on the way. You see that? And now,
that's child support, by the way. Yeah, that's a check too. So if this marriage, she decides she doesn't want to be with him anymore, she got 2 child supports right there. Because Sam is 50 something. This person is, I don't know how old she is, but this is a younger. You can tell by the way she acts. This is a very young, not mature mentally person.
the next number 3 stuff is that the citizenship is actually on the way. So what is she talking about?
Okay, so I don't want to watch any more of this because this video is triggering me, and I'm just going to say it right now. I don't like the stuff this woman is saying. I don't like the way this woman is acting. So everything I'm going to say from this point on is going to be biased. Okay, so I'm just letting y'all know. I done got a bad vibe from her, a real bad vibe, and I don't like what I feel. And I'm just telling y'all, so take what I'm saying from this point on about this woman, this Udi man, take everything I'm saying about her with a grain of salt. All right, because the rolling all over the BMW, that put a bad feeling on me. This, I used him for a green card. Some people may think that's funny, but I don't think she was playing. I think she was dead daggone serious. And now she goes after Blacksit. She uses James to go after Blacksit because James don't like Blacksit. So she uses James to go after Blacksit. James goes after Blacksit. But what happened? And now here they are again. It's the same couple. Now here they are again coming to my channel because she can't get the traction on her channel, or either she does it to get traction on her channel. So she comes to other YouTube people where she can get some traction to tell the story. Because this is just, I mean, two YouTube people you guys have come to about you being scammed twice. You being, taken advantage of twice. And even though we are saying, Pvtv, maybe their prices were, a little bit, maybe they weren't clear on some things, but I mean, where is you guys' accountability in this? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. At this point, I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't. I'm so confused, right? At this point, I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't know if they telling the truth. I don't know if PBT telling. There's been so many receipts thrown back and forth. I don't know who telling the truth. They saying it's a permit. Then they send me something, say they pay $117,000. I mean, Delasi. I don't know what's going on, but that video, those couple of videos, that's why it's important that you go through people's channel so you can see who you're dealing with. So you can see the type of person you're dealing with. These videos got, just very little traction. The Blacksit video, very little traction. So let me go to James so James can put it out there. But what happened? Did you get your land? There's nothing. There's no update. There's no update. Now they're after Pvtv. All right, so let's go look at Pvtv, what they're saying about them. All right, now they're going after them. So where that video at? Honey, I don't even know where the daggone video is. Well, let's look at this one till I find that one. Because honey, I'm just outdone now. I am just outdone with what I just saw. All right, let me get on here. Let me put this video on so we can look at this short. All right, we're gonna look at this short. She did 2 videos about Pvtv, and of course they sent me both of the videos, right? So I looked at the videos. My concern was, if this person really took your money, like you said they did, why don't you name them in the video? Why are you, why are you just like throwing darts, throwing rocks? So listen to this one.
But you feel
I
that they
don't know
want to do
if
this
it's
for
honest or just inexperienced. So
you.
inexperienced.
Inexperienced, and
or
they're not honest.
qualified.
They are not honest. They are inexperienced. How you want to build me a house and you don't have nothing to show for it? You want to use my money and do rehearsals? Or you want to use me and now do, okay, if I make mistake, it's on you with my own money. You don't do that. So let me start from here. I'm going to be reading all the things we
But
have.
this person should have done her own research. This isn't a new to this game. She knew these people was young. She knew they was new. She knew they was inexperienced. He even said himself, he was giving them a chance because they were new. So you knew going into this that you were dealing with some inexperienced people. So how you gonna come hard like that when you know these people is new and you know it ain't right, because you know from what they saying some of the stuff is not right. But then you want to come hard now. But don't you think you guys own some accountability to what's going on also? Don't you think that?
Being through with them back and forth, to see if we'll be able to sign this contract with them. Thank you. So she said late payment, 7 days late payment is 2% weekly interest. Maximum is 10%. Who does that?
That's a bank.
Take off your shoes and run. Run far.
But okay. But if you don't, like team members saying, if you don't want to do the business with them, then don't do the business with them. But it seemed like y'all wanted to do the business with them. So I'm confused. Like when y'all got the contract, why didn't y'all just be like, we ain't doing no business with y'all? Why would y'all give money? Y'all grown people. Y'all much older than them. Both of y'all are much older than them. So I'm just so confused why you wouldn't answer the questions. Why were you sending money without contracts? Why were you making deals without contracts? Especially what you guys went through with Blacksit. Come on. Come on. I don't get this. I'm confused right now.
Okay. In 30 days late, when you're late payment, like you're late for 30 days, project manager may terminate. Did you see that? Did you hear that?
Capital One.
Capital One is even good. What are you talking about? Okay. 30 days late, project manager may terminate plus retain 20% as cancellation fees. Who does that? It was that easy. Why did you leave America?
So my consequence is not
What?
getting a house and with fees on top of that. My only consequence should be if I'm not paying the money, I shouldn't get the house. Not fees on top. That's a loan.
But you shouldn't even be this far into the conversation because there's no contract being signed. When you see the contract, you don't want to deal with the contract, you don't want that, then fine. If you think it's ripping people off, then just send me the contract. But y'all wouldn't even send me the contract. I had to get the contract from them. I don't understand that. If y'all had a contract, why won't you have send me the contract if you want me to talk about it? Then number two, you're making videos, but you're not naming people. If these people really scammed you like you're saying they do, if these people are truly scammers and you're truly out here doing a public service to the community, why aren't you naming names? You named Blacksit, Biggest Day. Why didn't you name Pvtv? Why are we playing these games? You didn't sign a contract. So therefore, there should be no money exchange. We shouldn't even be having this conversation. We shouldn't even be going this far because there's no contract signed. There's nothing that's been signed. So how are you doing business with no contract? I'm so confused. How are we even in this space, in this place in time? You said you were scammed by Blacksit. So that, to me, that should have put your guard up. You should have known, oh, I'm not doing this no more. I'm going, I'm not giving people without a contract. I'm gonna look it up. Like you going through it now. You're supposed to do that before you sign something. You're supposed to do that before you give any money. You're supposed to do that before. And I believe you know that. You're old enough to know that. You and your husband are full-grown adults. These people are young and y'all know it. Y'all know it. If you knew there was a problem with the contract, don't sign the contract. If you thought it was too much, send me the contract and say, oh, Kiki, maybe you need to talk to these young people because these prices are outrageous. Ain't nobody going to do business with them. That's not like Global African did. All you have to do was do what Global African did. But I don't understand. You all were doing business with them. And then you want to complain about it, but you ain't signed no daggone contract. So I don't know what is going on. These are grown people. So I'm who was allegedly scammed by Blacksit in the Gambia. Now they saying they being scammed by Pvtv in the Gambia. Where's your accountability? What role do you all play in all of this? Because for this to be happening to you more than once, you're playing a role in this. You're playing a role in this. You should have done no business without a contract. They're young. They don't know. They starting off. They start, like he said, people will take advantage of them, think, oh, they're young, they dumb, they don't know. But y'all know. And if it was too much, all you had to do was say, oh, no, they don't know. They too young. They charging these crazy prices. I ain't doing no business with them. That's all you have to say. Then, like I said, if you felt like it was truly a problem, send it to me. We address it just like the Global African did. So that's my questions. Where's your accountability for what happened? Why are you old grown people giving these young people money without a contract? Why are you doing business with these young people without a contract? If they didn't know, y'all sure knew. So why are you doing that? Why are you writing me acting like they taking advantage of y'all when y'all old and grown and been down this rodeo? Y'all done rode in this rodeo before. Now y'all riding in the rodeo again. And you had some valid points, but my point is this. The valid point should have been made in the beginning. Y'all should have done this in the beginning. No money should be exchanged without a contract. None. All that you talking about in the email about he knew the prices, blah, 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 blah. All of that should have been done. Where's the contract? Where's the contract? Why didn't you review all of that before the money exchanged hands? Then we wouldn't even be here. Where's your accountability? It's clear these young people don't know. It's clear. When you're young, you have all these grand ideals, these grand prices, and you don't know. You don't know. They have to learn. Trial and error. Just like we have to learn. Trial and error. But for y'all to try to come to me and present it like, oh, they was really scamming y'all. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think the contract needs to be reworked. I think they are charging a lot. But when you look at it, it's only $1,500. That's it in fees. And that's just like a credit card. A credit card. Anytime you do install payments, you're going to pay what? More because of interest. Maybe the interest rate is too high. Maybe the $1,500 is too high. I don't know. I don't know. But to say these write me and say these people is scamming and ripping people off, I don't have evidence of that. I don't. And you keep saying that somebody told you that the price was cheaper, but you never sent me the evidence of that. You never sent me who somebody was. You never sent me where somebody told you. You never sent me a primary source. You never sent me anything but these two little things your wife sent at the end. These two WhatsApp messages and then her videos. That's all you sent me. Those are not receipts. Because in the video, they don't even say his name. They don't even say Pvtv name. So who in the heck are you talking about? That ain't no primary source for me. Because the first thing I'm saying is, well, who are you talking about? I'm watching the video. I don't know who in the heck they do. Y'all know who they talking about? No. We got to guess. But you called out Black's name.
Who does this?
I'm not taking out a loan.
This is in Africa. In Africa, such energy doesn't apply, right? It doesn't apply. You left America to go to Africa to do this to a brother coming from the same country where you ran away from? Come on now.
Wow, I'm so sick of them being the victim. So this couple plays the victim. This is the vibe. I'm just telling y'all know me. Y'all know I'm gonna call it as I see it, especially when I'm responding to videos like and live. Like I didn't watch this because I'm like, you send me a video. I ask you for receipts. You send me your wife video where she ain't even saying their names. Only reason I knew it was Pvtv is because they came on here and responded.
Why is it supposed to be diasporans are vulnerable? Europeans? Come on now.
Wow.
We know this thing. I'm a Nigerian girl. That's not how it's done.
It might be illegal locally for the local government. Might see that as being illegal.
Honey, no. If this is legal, what about the guy that we have a new contract with them? We didn't have.
No, I said illegal.
Illegal. Okay, I got that.
Exactly.
Okay, good. So all payments. Let me continue.
The guy they had the new contract with, you better look out.
Because I'm going to explain one after the other. I haven't seen this before, so it's something that it's outrageous, right?
Okay, so all payments are due within 7 days of receiving an invoice. Delayed payments beyond 7 days may result in a project pause or additional fees as detailed. But you feel
I
that they
don't
want
know
to
if
do
they're
this
just
for you.
honest or just inexperienced. So inexperienced.
Inexperienced, and
or
they're
not
not honest.
qualified.
They are not honest, they are inexperienced. How you want to build
Right.
me a house and you don't have nothing to show for it? You want to use my money and do rehearsals?
See?
Or you want to use me and now do, okay, if I make mistake, it's on you with my own money. You don't do that. So let me.
But you know this. Why do this? People, I'm confused. If y'all know what's going on, please fill me in, because I at this point, I'm totally confused. I'm totally confused, because this man said these people were young and he wanted to give them a chance. So you knew they were inexperienced. You knew they didn't really know what they were doing. You knew they were learning. You saw that there was a problem with you didn't even sign the contract before you started doing business with these people. I'm confused. I'm confused. Oh, Cayenne Works, thank you. She said, tell it, Kiki, I'm sitting in my garden listening. Because it's the truth now. Come on. Come on, y'all. Come on. We done heard these stories 1,001 times. This is ridiculous to do this to these young people, or try to do this to these young people. And this book, Adam been on here for 4 weeks in a row, using up y'all. And y'all know the internet costs in Africa. It ain't free. It ain't no unlimited. They might have unlimited, but it ain't good as ours. But anyway, he paying to be on here to defend himself against these old grown people. These old grown people who pretended like, oh, we're going to give you some business to help you out. When it looked like to me, they was waiting to trip them up. They was waiting to find something so they could claim, oh, we've been the victim again. We need to go on YouTube again. We need to be the center of attention one more time. Because I'm not going to go to YouTube if I've been scammed twice. I'm not. I'm not going to be scammed twice. Y'all are not children. All right, let's look at this. So, like I said, only way I knew this was Pvtv is because, did y'all hear her say their names? No. I saw their name in the comment section. It says, you sound crazy. We have 3 businesses. This is Pvtv. How many do you have? We live in our own home and on our own land. Here, do you? We have a transportation business. So actually, we have 5 cars. Do you? We have never destroyed a house in America or here. Have you? We complete any project we start and have receipts to prove. Have you done anything major in your life? No. The robbery statement is so stupid. I'm sure there's no high school diploma behind it. What standard? We never built them for them, only installed a borehole. So you don't know what you're talking about. Thank you for staying a keyboard warrior, and please don't quit your day job, lady. Now this is him. This is them on here defending themselves against these grown people, old enough to be their parents. Old enough to be their parents, okay? Because they young. Old enough to be their parents. This is what I'm telling you. Our community is messed up. We're messed up. We're messed up. We're completely messed up. Because this is no way to handle this. No way. You go to him as a young brother and say, look, son, you young enough to be my son. You young enough to be my son. Son, these prices on this contract, they just don't sound right. And for that reason, I just can't do business with you. I can't do business under these terms. Can we work something else out? Can you change this? Can you change that? But because you said you wanted to do business with them because they was young and you wanted to help them out. I guess that's why you wanted to do business. You wanted to help them out. So if you really wanted to help them out, why didn't you correct them when you saw they was wrong? When they was going left and they was supposed to be going right, why didn't you guide them? Why did you run to YouTube to try to destroy these young people and then tell the little guy you're going to destroy him? Tell him you're going to destroy him and his family. And he got 2 little girls and a wife. And they left everything they had in the United States to go to Gambia and do what they do. And this is what the elder people do to the young people. No wonder they don't have any respect. No wonder the respect is gone in our community. No wonder things have changed. There's no way this should be happening. There's no way. No way. If anything, you should have wrote me and said, Kiki, can you help this young brother out? Him and his wife, they trying to make this business. Can you look this over of what they charging and what they doing? And can you in the repat community give them some suggestions on how to run a good business so they can be successful? Because they got 2 kids, 2 little kids, and they're real young. And they putting everything they got into this. You don't think that was the way to come at this? Instead of telling this man you're going to expose him for what? For a contractor you said, both of y'all said something, but y'all never gave anybody no receipts. You said he was charging more than the standard, but you didn't give us no receipt. People say anything, but where's your proof? These people have been giving me proof since I contacted them. They've given me so much proof. We've been on here for 4 weeks. But you ain't gave me nothing. But your videos and 2 WhatsApp papers, that's what y'all gave me? Okay. Now let me show y'all this other receipt they sent me. Her video. That was my other.
There's something you need to make your best friend in your marriage. It is called submission. When you submissive, you feel that they want to do this for you.
And then oh no, I want to read the rest of these comments. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to read.
You feel that they want to do this for you.
Okay, I want to read what else Pvtv said.
Inexperience. So
because there's no way they should have had to. Then he says, let me know when you can be late for 30 days and not get notified, or even an eviction or a termination of a late payment at least. Please, you guys bite off more than you bit off more than you could chew. Don't take advantage, then say we. Okay. So he said they bit off more than they can chew. So hear what he says. Okay, here they go, y'all. They talking now. Hiring a contractor in Africa is not the same as taking out a loan in America. Building a house in America is not the same as taking out a mortgage in okay. Nobody does that in Africa. AJ and Jody, what? Ain't worried about the contractors charging them interest because they are building as donations come in, not on a specific date that the contractors make. The client dictates when payment is sent. Building is delayed until client sends funds. That's how it works in Africa. Don't bring Western exploitation to Africa. Diasporan come to Africa to leave the nonsense behind. So I'm still confused what he's saying here. AJ and Jody live off of donations, so they begging, so they paying as the money come in. I don't understand. And the answer is the first question. Answer Africa. What is he talking about, y'all? Wow. So your jurisdiction for an African company accepting late payment. Yeah. So he's saying it's Africa. So was his payment late or something, Pvtv? Because that's how they do it in Africa. We all know there are many business practices that need improvement in Africa. The standards need to raise. That's how you see many projects not completed, right? You don't have the money. That's fine. Work with someone else who can get you a deal with late payments. But we don't scam or trick you. That's where you're wrong. So his payment was late. So was his payment? What was going on here? What is going on here? Was the payment late and they didn't want to pay the late fee? Is that what it is? It's common practice in Africa to build as you go, meaning you build at your own leisure without, we know what that means. Okay, TK, oh, this person be on our channel sometime. This is the African way. Okay, but what does that have to do with late payments? Keep your poor, okay. All right, so Pvtv says, and that's all, but we didn't scam you or play you. You didn't like how we did things. Exactly. If you didn't like how they did things, then you just say. If you can't do it any other way, then I can't do business with you because I don't agree with this. But the way y'all went about it, that was wrong. That was just wrong. That was, to me, that was just for attention right there. That was just for.
You feel
I
that they
don't know
want to
if
do
it's
this
just
for
honest
you.
Let me finish this
or
one.
just inexperienced, so inexperienced.
Inexperienced and
or
they're
not
not honest.
The purpose, and see, he even said it. He knew that this man, Sam, knew they weren't trying to scam him because he said in the video, I don't know if they were just inexperienced. They could have been, because he knew that's what it is. He knew that's what it was. He knew exactly what that was.
But you feel that they want to do
if
this
just
for
honest or just inexperienced, so inexperienced.
you. Inexperienced and
or
they're not honest.
qualified.
They are not honest. They are inexperienced. How you want to be?
She said they're not honest, they're inexperienced. What? Okay. The purpose of this visit, so this is her saying, Udi man, the lady that was on James' channel complaining about blacks that scammed her. The purpose for the visit to the Gambia was for the job to be done, right? When you saw my husband physically, you changed the price of the project based on his experience, on his appearance. Really? On his appearance? I've seen a picture of your husband. Okay. Please tell me what part of your husband made that. This I told y'all this crazy. Now I know this crazy. Now I know. See, this is what I have to deal with, y'all. Now I know this is nuts. Yeah, I know this is nuts now because she said you changed the price of the project based on her husband's appearance. Wow. And these are old, grown people. All right, so let's go to this other video she made about them. So these are the receipts. I'm showing y'all her receipts. These are the receipts I got. I got this one, and I got a long video. Where's the long video at? Hold on, y'all. The long video. Let me get the long video because the long video, I can't find it on here. So let me put there. This video is 40 minutes long. And I'm looking at this video like, oh, right, I'm lost too. I'm lost too. I'm lost too, Steph. I'm completely lost. I'm completely lost. What looks like what's going on here to me is that these people contacted me because I don't know what they thought I was going to do, but to me, they're the ones who aren't really being, who should be held accountable for this. Because why are you doing business without a contract, especially when you claim you were scammed by Blacksit? You claim you were scammed by Blacksit. So why are you doing some more business in the Gambia with somebody else so you can be say you're scammed by them? So I'm confused. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Right now, all these thoughts are just coming to me like in my head, okay? And this is what, hold on, y'all. And this is what I'm saying. Okay, here it is. This is what I'm saying. You had no contract with this man, with Pvtv. There was no contract signed. You two are clearly much older than them. Pvtv are very young. They're very young, okay? You know they're very young. You saw right away they were not doing business properly. Oh, here it is. It was right here on my face all along. Okay, but we ain't watching no 40-minute. We're not watching no 40-minute video. So you knew. Okay, hold on. I know what you did. So you knew that there was some problems with their contract. Did you even see the contract before you paid for anything? Did you read the contract before you paid for anything? Because it doesn't sound like it. So why are you saying they scammed you when you didn't sign no contract? You didn't read a contract. And you've been scammed in the past. And now you're saying you're scammed again. You went to UN that time. And he did a whole show about it. Now you're coming to me, and I've done 4 lives about it. So now I'm starting to wonder, are you doing this because you want the attention and you want to play the victim? I don't know. I'm asking you because I don't know. I don't understand why grown people like you two are much older than them. I don't understand why you two would enter into a business and with some people you felt like with some 20-year-old scammers, and you felt like they were scammers. So I'm confused. Why did you pay anything? So that's where we are. All right, so let me get these comments so my head can clear because it's spinning around right about now. The land they are currently trying to build is from TAF. So they didn't get the land from Blacksit. I guess I don't know what happened with that. She never did follow up with that. So the land they have now is from TAF's land. Okay. See what I mean? This is ridiculous. He ain't from Gambia. She ain't from Gambia. What y'all doing in Gambia? What are y'all doing in Gambia? She can't own nothing in Gambia. He can't own nothing in Gambia. It's a 21-year lease. What are y'all doing in Gambia? What is y'all attraction to Gambia? You said you have family in Gambia. Sam, who's your family? Who's your family? Because your wife said she's from Nigeria. So she's from Nigeria. What is your attraction to Gambia? Because I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. You got scammed once. She got scammed once. Why is she trying to lease land? Because she ain't buying nothing. Y'all not buying nothing. Y'all leasing land. So why are y'all leasing land in Gambia? What is that all about? With no connection to Gambia. What is that all about? Secondly, after the whole fiasco with Blacksit, weren't y'all, didn't your guards go up not to pay people without a contract, not to do business without a contract? Y'all talked about America, how they do business in America. We don't do business without invoices and contracts up front before we exchange money. So you have to take accountability for your actions. That's what I'm a firm believer of, accountability for your actions. So I think it's wrong to say these people are scammers and that they were scamming you when you didn't even look at the contract. You didn't even do your due diligence. And then to come to me and threaten them the way you threatened them, I'm going to destroy you. What? Because we thought we was going to get a deal? Do you understand now what's going on? If y'all don't understand what's going on, please let me know. Because I think I understand clearly what's going on. I think these people just want attention. I told y'all after I saw, that's why I go through people's channels so I can see the type of people I'm dealing with. Rolling all over the BMW, I love you, honey, blah, blah, blah. All that was a bit much for me. And that gave me attention-seeking vibes. The green card, I used you for a green card. Yeah, I believe she used you for a green card. I believe everything that was coming out of her mouth, I believe it. Because I seen what her husband looked like. And I'm not talking about her husband. I'm not putting her husband down. Not at all. But now that she says she used you for a green card, yeah, I believe it. I believe she did. I believe she did. So that tells me that you're in the mindset of taking advantage of people. Getting from people what you can. So you went to UN. I can get some exposure there. I can use him to attack Blacksit for me and make me look like the poor victim. We don't know what happened with that. Then you go right back around. You go get involved with Pvtv. You doing things you ain't supposed to be doing, which you should know better because of the journey you had with Blacksit. And you're grown people. You're adults. You should know better. Not to do business without contracts. You should know all that. But you did anyway. You did anyway. So I don't understand how is it. I don't understand how I needed to be involved with this. And I don't like how you just like threw my name up like, oh, she gonna, I'm gonna, no, I didn't like that. I didn't like that, especially when y'all ain't on the up and up. Y'all not on the up and up. Because how you doing business without a contract? Because how you paying invoices and you paying for stuff that let me go down here and do some comments and stop talking. Because this has just made me upset. It really has. They did not sign the contract. No money was. What is their problem then? Why did they send me something saying, why did they send me an invoice saying paid? Tell me that. Tell me why they sent me an invoice saying paid and tell me what is their problem. Because we've been on this for 4 weeks and we still don't know what the issue is. We received zero pay or payment towards the home. So why did he say he wanted all his money back? Where did they get the invoice from that says paid? Again, Kiki will show you the evidence. Okay, hold on. So who paid for it then, Pvtv? Oh, look, can you come up here? Can I drop you the link and you come up here? Because I can't explain these people no more. So if I put the link down here, can you come up here and answer these questions? Okay? Because I can't do it no more. I'm confused. They sending me invoices like they done paid for stuff. You said that's the equipment. Here go the link. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. Okay. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. Let me go back over here to the WhatsApp and see if I got some more receipts in there. I told y'all I have receipts for days. But I don't know what's going on, y'all. I don't know what's going on. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I have no clue what is going on here. He said they did not pay for nothing. He said we received zero pay or payment towards a home bill. Okay. So what are they talking about? What are they talking about? Why did they send me an email saying they want all their money back from you? I'm confused about that. So these people are just really making noise for no reason. So when he says he wants his money back, what is he talking about? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Exactly, the end. I don't know what's going on here. I don't have no clue. So he said I could if it was earlier, but it's almost 1 now. Our sleep, yeah, and that's gonna wake him up. He right, because it's real quiet in Africa, and if you get up and start talking, it's gonna wake people up. So we can't figure this out. Now, tell me something there. Why are they telling us that you guys owe them money? Why? So who paid for the equipment for the borehole? You did? So why did it say Sam paid to Sam? Why did it say that? Why did it say Sam paid it to you guys? Yeah, it said Sam paid it to you guys. Why did it say that? Yeah. I'm not showing her 40-minute video because it pretty much say the same thing that this video, that little short said. I'm not listening to that. I'm just not listening to that. We have been on this for 3 weeks and we still don't know what's going on. We still don't know what's going on. There's nothing to destroy. What are y'all talking about? Kiki, this may be the blind leading the blind. Honey, it is. And we ain't gonna fall in the ditch. We about to get off. Both are full of it. Probably cheaper in the Gambia. But why invoice for a borehole equipment? You normally hire a company that does that work, and the price includes everything. See, that's what I'm telling you. I don't know what's going on. She said, both can't be trusted. No, I don't know what's going on here. Tried to tell you, you people are quick to be misled. What are you talking about? It's clout chasing for sure. And they need chewing out. And going forward, Kiki, maybe only profile folks who have filed official complaints, If you don't have no evidence, I'm just not doing. I'm not wasting my time on you. And the only reason I went forward with this, y'all, is because Pvtv contacted me. You know, if I don't have receipts, I'm not saying nothing. Pvtv gave me all the receipts. Only receipts these fools gave me is that invoice that says paid, which came from them, not Pvtv, okay? And her videos. That's it. And the screenshots from what's up. They ain't gave me nothing else. Nothing else. They've given me nothing, not one receipt. If they would have not, if that's all they were going to give me, and they didn't give me the invoice until after we did 3 videos. From the beginning, they gave me nothing. That's why I was sitting on it. That's why I was like, what's going on? You ain't sending me no receipts. You see, he kept saying, did he send you the receipt? Why can't you get it from him? What do you mean, why can't I get it from him? What is all the game playing about? But I do want to show y'all how they never said their name. And now it makes sense, because what's your argument with these people? You said, they said you didn't give them no money. You said you did. I got an invoice. But like somebody said, anybody can make them up. Adam says the invoice is for the equipment. Oh, so you think they said they paid it? They stamped paid on there? Do you think they did that? Because it sure said paid. Causing confusion. You have no business in this business. We receive zero pay or payment towards a home build. Again, wow. They didn't sign a contract. They didn't lose any money. Why are you wasting our time? Why are you wasting our time? Because you want what? What was your end game by doing this? What? Maybe he was really cheating with the girl in the Gambia. Maybe he really was. And he thought maybe if he contacted us, he could cover up his tracks and make it seem like he wasn't. Because there's no reason we should have been contacted. None. Global African didn't agree with the prices. He felt like, there was a chance there could be he was suspecting some scamming activity with these prices. And he said that. But if you guys just suspected that something was wrong, why not say that? Why make us think they scammed you out of some money when they really didn't? I'm just confused. I asked if they own the unfinished home. They said yes. So you did nothing, but they paid thousands USD. Nothing makes sense. No, it don't. Also, the permit they feel was overpriced from the government. I sent Kiki the evidence. We was on here. Adam, we showed it. We showed it. We showed all that. Yeah, I'm tired now too. You asked if work was done. I said we never built the home for them. Wow. Look back on the question. Wow. This is unbelievable, y'all. Pvtv, now you're changing your story. 2 scammers met up. Oh my God. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. I know we should not be involved in this. I know the repack community should not be involved in this. I know after 4 weeks, we still don't know what happened here. We still don't even know what is going on here. We don't. We didn't sell land. We don't sell land. Yeah, they got the land from Taft. Okay. Let's go down here and get these comments, and we're just going to get off here. We're just going to get off here. Again, the only reason we talked about this was because Pvtv wanted to clear their name. They wanted to tell their side of the story. They sent me tons and tons of evidence. That's why we're on 4 weeks of videos. You want to see their evidence? You need to go back through the videos and watch them. All right? Because there's plenty that they sent that said only thing they paid for was the permit. Then I get an invoice saying paid for $117,000 for the borehole equipment. Pvtv says they didn't pay that. Says they didn't send any money. Says they didn't sign any contract. So I don't know what Udi Man and her man's problem is. I don't. But she gets no attention from Kiki Loves Nigeria. I gave y'all attention for 4 weeks. Y'all will be getting no more attention from us, from me, and the repack community. We don't get down like that. Okay? I've got a basket. You've got a basket. Monkey do missed me. That's another scammer. I told y'all she was going back to that man. I told y'all she left him. This was all a prank to get money. It's all a prank. ES leaving Ben Man was all a prank to get money because videos, people aren't watching YouTube like they used to. It goes up and down. It really does. YouTube viewership goes up and down. You cannot depend on that money. She depends on that money. So now she has to create a scandal. I told y'all it's getting to be the 21st. Let me create a scandal so I can get views, so I can get a check. ES is going back to Vin Man. All she did was take y'all money, go on vacation, collect the money so she can take it home to her daddy. That young boy. He ain't a young boy. That ain't even, he's younger than her, but that I wouldn't call that like, it ain't bad like Kenza. But he playing her for money big time. We all know that. What about the people from Detroit scamming? What? Let's go to the Gilded Age in Ghana. Y'all are crazy. See, we're getting tired now. We're getting close to the 3-hour mark. My wish, my command. Yeah, she done lost her mind. For Bear, she want us to talk about her too, but we ain't talking about her. She want us to do a live stream on her too. Because what happens, y'all, when we talk about people, we drive traffic to their channels, okay? So they want us to, like, this video has 2 shares, okay? So that means a lot of people are going to watch this video, all right? And what will happen, that's going to drive people to their channels, and that's what they want. So that's why they want us to talk about them. So no, we're not. If you want us to talk about you, we ain't talking about you. No. If we suspect you just want us to talk about you, just because you want us to talk about you, we ain't doing that. Liz says no. Pvtv Gambia said money was wired to their business account, so money exchanged hands. It did say that, remember? But he said it was for the permit. Because remember, you said if it went to the account, they could get it, remember? And he said it was for the permit. He said, we didn't ask for this, but God doesn't like ugly. The truth will be exposed. Yeah, and the Smiths are next. The Smiths next. ES is on tour. Yeah, we'll do ES in and out, but Smiths, they're next. They're next. We done let them know. We got questions for y'all. Good looking out, Kiki, for both could be wrong. Yeah, because I don't know. I don't even know, y'all. At this point, I don't even know. I can't figure it out. Liz says she has a feeling both parties are running a game. Both have gotten airtime on for a month. Yeah. So we done. We're done. We are done. We're done. Yeah. We ain't talking about this no more. No. I'm sleepy. It's dead. It's dead, this topic. Okay. Yeah. We about to go. All right, Steph, I'm sleepy. All right, T and K. All right, everybody said they ready to go. Yep, they wasting our precious time and energy. Yep, we can't do it. The BMW could be rented for a day. Y'all stupid. For the video. Because see, people who are used to stuff, they don't act like that. People who are used to BMWs, people who are used to nice cars, they don't act like that. They don't. They don't. They don't act like that. There's nothing to, okay, so we saw that. All right, y'all, we about to get up off of here. Yeah, this was, I don't know what this was about. But thank you, Pvtv, for coming on here. Like he said, his views has went up. He's got more viewers. He's got more. I hope people are subscribing to his channel. Let's follow them and see how things go for them. You know, but this situation, I don't know what's up. And I can't keep trying to figure it out. All right. But I do feel like Udi Man and her man, Sam, I think they full of it. I really think they're full of it. I really think they like attention. All right. So if like we said, when we find out you just want attention, we gives you none. There's no story here. There's no scam here. There's nothing to report here. Nothing. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Nothing. You didn't even sign the daggone contract. If you had a problem with the contract, you should have just said that. Kiki, look at this contract this man is offering people. Coming here acting like, oh, they done took my money and we're going to destroy you and we're going to expose you. They ain't done nothing but make up some bad contracts up. But I don't know. I don't know. Because sometimes they say stuff, then they say something else. I don't know what the heck is happening here. But I know I'm going to be at the Chris Brown concert. What? I'm going to be at. She said, I'm going to a Chris Brown concert. All right, y'all. We done. We're done with this. We're done. Bye, Pvtv. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's late. It's too late for me. I know you got to go. Bye. Thank you so much. And we won't be talking about this no more. But you more than welcome to come to the party, honey, every Saturday. Next week, we getting on your friends in the Gambia, baby. I'm sorry. We talking about, what's that dude named? AJ Pickaninny. The Pickaninnies. Remember they was called the Pickaninnies? Wasn't they called Pickaninnies? Pickaninny. What was they called? AJ and what's his wife name? Jody. The Pickaninnies. The Pickaninnies who went to the Gambia broke. Super duper broke. Where they was sharing a mango and living in a hut. Remember when they was living in that round hut and it was raining? I'll never forget all that. Never. And then all of a sudden, they started selling land. All of a sudden, she started getting clothes. And I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like, oh, people must be giving them stuff. Yeah, pick me. You're right, hey, bitch, you might. A pick me. They are pick me's. And we're not picking y'all. No. Sorry. We're not picking y'all. We're not picking y'all. And that's what they are. When we figure out you're a pick me, no, you get no love here. Girl, they tried to start a mop business in the D Diva's house and stopped speaking to her when she said no. What y'all talking about? Who are you talking about? Is that mop or map? I can't see that, y'all. Oh, mop business. And who is the D Diva's house? Who are you talking about? After 8:30, it's dangerous over here. It sure is. And we got to go. Because I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, because we sleepy. We liable to say anything to you then. So then you're going to get mad and you're going to write me and say, Kiki, I ain't coming on your channel no more because y'all rude. Okay. All right, y'all. We can ready to go. Thank y'all so much for coming out. But we done with this one. Next week, we getting on the Smiths, better known as the Pickaninnies. We know them as the Pickaninnies, the AJ and Jody sharing a mango because they so broke. All right, but now the Pickaninnies got some money, but they can't put their roof on the house unless y'all give it to them. That's the real Gambia repat way. All right, so look, that's all I got for now. Like Steph said, please, thanks for joining us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can become a member of the community. Also, please become a member of the channel. We're going to take that to the next level. I promise we are. We're going to do some things. I'm going to make another video. We're going to get this going where we can do social events and plan things together. All right, so okay, that's all I have right now, y'all. I will see y'all. The two Gambian ladies, they stayed with one. The two Gambian ladies, they stayed with one. I'm so glad we had this time together. Just to have a laugh and sing a song. I used to love that. I wish I could play that at the end. Me and my sister used to sing that at the end when it would go off. We used to love the Carol Burnett show. How many of y'all know about the Carol Burnett show? We used to love the Carol Burnett show. They stayed with Shantae. The other lady brought them in and tried to start a mop business in her house. Oh, okay. Pickaninny. Yeah, that's their name, Pickaninny. I love you too, T and K. Have a great one, folks. Again, Kiki, it was definitely an odd one. Honey, what did? It was crazy. Cleaning business. Yes, the Pickaninnies. They did have a cleaning business. You right. The Pickaninny did have a clean. Honey, y'all got to remind me about the Pickaninnies because I bet you they done took down all them videos. We're going to have to go find them of who they really are. Yeah, who they really are. And I told you they just really invent them. Andy Williams. Yeah, honey, I remember him too. My grandmother used to love these people. We used to have to watch them on Saturday night. And right about now, 8:30, I think almost 9 o'clock, I think we'd be watching. It'd be either Mannix or Cannon. It was one of them. She would be watching Mannix or Cannon. I watched Carol. I loved Carol Burnett. Nat King Cole. Oh my God. No, y'all. The Lawrence Welk Show. The Lawrence Welk Show. Who had to watch the Lawrence Welk Show and Hee Haw? Who had to do that? Please let me know. Do you know every Saturday, 7 o'clock, we have to watch the Lawrence Welk? No. Hee Haw from 7 to 7:30. Lawrence Welk Show from 7:30 to 8 o'clock. That was so much torture. My grandmother loved them. She loved Hee Haw and the Lawrence Welk Show. Yeah. Green Acres. Yes, honey. Green Acres. I loved Green Acres. It was so good. And Zsa Zsa Gabor. Yes. All right, y'all. Thanks for going down memory lane with me. But next week, we'll be on here talking about the Pickaninnies. All right, y'all. The Pickaninnies. We're going to get back to Daniel, but we're going to let him put out a little more information because he just talking now. Oh, ended with Johnny Carson. Yeah. Johnny Carson was boring, but yeah, I remember Johnny Carson. All right, y'all. That was good memories. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. Now, let's get this out our head because what we just talked about was crazy, crazy, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy.